The European Commission has proposed disciplinary steps against France and 6 other EU countries over running excessive budget deficit, but will announce deadlines for their reduction only in November. The countries singled out by the EU executive arm, which is the enforcer of EU laws, are Belgium, France, Italy, Hungary, Malta, Poland, and Slovakia. The deficits are mainly a legacy of the COVID pandemic and the energy price crisis that followed Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022.
France is in the spotlight because it is European Union's second biggest economy and faces political turmoil after President Emmanuel Macron called snap national election for June 30 through July 7 in response to the party's poor result in European election. The disciplinary step, known as the excessive deficit procedure, will be the first such move since European Union suspended its fiscal rules aimed at preventing excessive borrowing in 2020 and then reformed the framework to take into account the new economic realities of high post-pandemic debt.
The Commission has identified 12 member states with deficits that exceed 3% of GDP. We have analyzed the reasons of the situation and concluded that the deficit criteria is not fulfilled in 7 member states: Belgium, France, Italy, Hungary, Malta, Slovakia, and Poland.
France had a budget deficit of 5.5% of gross domestic product in 2023, which is expected to narrow only slightly to 5.3% this year, still well above the EU deficit limit of 3% of gross domestic product.
Today's report is the first step in the process of opening an EDP. It will be for the Council in July to adopt a decision establishing the existence of an excessive deficit in those member states, and the EDP recommendation on the correction of the excessive deficit will be proposed only in November or in autumn to ensure consistency with the adjustment path set out in the medium-term plans that, meanwhile, we will be discussing.
Talks between Paris and the Commission on how quickly to reduce France's deficit and debt will take place in the coming months after the EU executive proposes to Paris a 7-year path to put debt on a downward path.